It's been a while, hasn't it? It's not great, but it works. Hello. If you're new here, hello. I haven't uploaded a video in like 2 months, 3 months. School got very, very intense, but I'm done. I'm graduating on Saturday. And that means I can actually post content. So what are we here to do today? This is a video that I was supposed to upload in April, and I recorded it twice, but I hate the footage from both times. So we're redoing it, and here it is at the end of May, or early June, depending on how fast I can edit this. Anyways, you read the title. I'm gonna pull up the video. I'm following Madison Beer's Vogue makeup tutorial, because why the hell not? I literally forgot how to record YouTube videos. Oh my god. Let's just jump into the makeup. Oh, also, regarding the hair. Her hair is very, very voluminous and beautiful. Mine, naturally, is not. So I did this. I forgot the name of the YouTuber whose tutorial I followed, but like the hair and this like following a celebrity's Vogue routine, possibly series? I don't know. Very much inspired by her. I will link her channel in the description if you just want to look her up. So yeah, now let's get into it. First step of my makeup routine, which this is a very, very new thing I've initiated with my makeup. I've not always done this and I'm obsessed with it. I used to have really out of control eyebrows, so I started waxing. I need my water. Them, and I immediately made them way too thin for my own good, and then I started letting them grow out because any makeup artist I would work with would always be like, you have such great eyebrows, let them grow out. So I let them grow out, and now this amazing trend of soap brows, which whoever came up with that is genius. It's literally a block of soap. Take a spoolie brush and you really get soap in there. Just brush through your eyebrows. And again, I don't know if I did this right, but I really like the way that it looks. If you can't tell, my brows are significantly more sparse than Madison Beer's. I did this last time and it took me about an hour to figure out how to do the soap brows. I have all the time in the world, but for the sake of me wanting to get these out of my hair as soon as I can, I am just going to attempt the same look of soap brows with my brow gel. I don't know how well this makeup tutorial is gonna go anymore, considering I am modifying the very first step. I remember I attempted to do this kind of quasi soap brow method with this, where I would put brow gel in my brows and then I would take my finger and kind of press up. It kind of has the same like effect of soap brows when it's dry. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. This is definitely not going well, but we improvise on this channel. And okay, I hate it. I'm just gonna go through these normally. The other times that I've tried the soap brow, it like looked decent for like 2 seconds and then it like didn't hold. And the important part for my brows is the tail end, because I let my brow hairs grow and that's not gonna work with soap brows. That literally no difference has been made in my brows. So things that I want to scream.
I'm just gonna say this out now because I don't want to make a dedicated video to it. I have a little bit of a plan for this channel. There's a lot of stuff that I definitely want to do. Following my tutorials, maybe some clothing videos, I don't know, a cover or two. But yeah, like I definitely want to post more consistently. I have a bit of a schedule. I'm aiming for weekly uploads, but depending on how much time, I might be able to do bi-weekly uploads, at least, you know, for the time being. I don't know yet, but I'm definitely going to be uploading a lot more consistently, so be on the lookout for that. And if you have any video suggestions for me, you know, just tell me what you want to see. I want to be able to make more videos for y'all, because I actually really enjoy filming and editing this, even if it is like a hassle. It's not a hassle. It just takes a lot of time. But now I actually have time to do it, so let me know what you want to see. And I'm gonna close that thought and move on to the next step.
I don't really use foundation technically, it's a skin tint is what it's called.
Okay. Her next step is skin tint. I did buy a skin tint for this video, but it's not the Glossier one. It is the Fenty Beauty one, because my foundation and concealer shades are all from Fenty, so I figured this would be the easiest for me to get a shade that matched me rather than try and find one that is in my shade in a different brand. For reference, this is shade 11. Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. One, two. I'm going to blend it in with a brush first, just so I can take advantage of as much of the product as I can before it inevitably soaks up. Also, I don't have my glasses on right now, so I don't know how well this is blending into my skin. I may put a couple more drops.
It's supposed to just even out your skin tone. I actually really like the way it looks. Also, yes, I know I aggressively beat my face when I'm doing this, but...
Next!
The Lord and Savior of concealers, which is the Nars Creamy Concealer. I've been using these forever, and...
I have the Fenty concealers, which I personally like. The lighter one that I'm applying right now is 260, and I'm kind of doing it in a more Instagram beat forehead. A little bit on, kind of trailing down the nose, and then on the chin. So there's that, and then
I use ginger as well. I use it for like more just covering my spots.
My skin tone shade is 310. I'll put a little bit just underneath, right here. Yeah, I don't really have blemishes at the moment. God bless. Now I will just blend it out. This is a lot more concealer than I usually put on.
I think my pimples are usually male. I refer to a lot of things as she. These are he's.
Oh shoot. I forgot there's like one place that I actually do put my regular shade, and that's just around my nose. Just a little bit. I don't think I need it. The eavesdrop evened it out pretty well. It's been a good like maybe minute or so. So now I'm gonna blend this. Gonna just take the excess and blend on my nose. Alright, what's next?
Okay, so now that I have the concealer on, which I'm gonna just have to accept this guy for what he is, I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury, I think they're called glow sticks? Contour wands.
I definitely got the wrong shade to do the kind of cream contour that she does, which is 2 dots. This is more of a multiple swipes kind of shade for my contour. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Tan Walnut. And I kind of wanted to get something that I could use for more than just this video, which is why I got this shade rather than something a little darker. Where else does she put it? Forehead. Yeah. The me that was still a performer would definitely get something along the lines of what Madison got, which is like definitely dark, but with what I need for my makeup now, I don't need a contour that deep. I need something a little more natural. I do have a powder bronzer that's like a little bit dark for my face, at least in this moment, so I can compensate for the lack of darkness.
So that's my cream contour. So I start with all cream-based products first. Again, this might be criminal and really wrong to do it this way, but this is the way that works for me, so this is the way that I do it.
Do I need contour on my jaw? I don't think, like, y'all tell me. Like, is that a jawline? I can't tell. I don't know my own face.
My favorite product in makeup, period, is blush. This is my favorite blush ever. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Blush. I put a lot of this stuff on, and people always ask me if there was one makeup product you could only use for the rest of your life, it would 100% be this. I don't care if I had pimples and no concealer, I would use blush no matter what. And I know it looks like a lot, just please bear with me. I also completely blush up my nose like I'm a cartoon character. It gives me happiness.
I have a couple options for blush. By a couple, I literally just mean two. I have the NYX Professional Makeup Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint in Coralicious. And then I got the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in Petal Poppin. I might go with this. This is like an actual cream rather than like a liquid cream. I'm just gonna be a little bit resourceful, a little bit gross, and use the same brush that I used for the skin tint. Also, yeah, that's a lot of pigment. This is kind of just so I can place it. And then I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Blender. She kind of goes like up higher, but then also on the nose. Ooh, I like that. What the fuck? That's not a fly, that's a dust thing. Okay. Our next step is powder, but I don't have a pressed powder anymore. I used to use the one from Milani, but the way I apply my powder, I don't like the feel of pressed powders. So I have translucent powder instead. Again, Fenty Beauty. Can you see a pattern?
And I'm gonna just try to make that guy as chilled out as possible, even though it might not be possible. And I also only really powder under my eyes and in like my T-zone.
Me. It's a hair. No hairs, please. Okay. And then our next step is bronzer. Now I can actually use this. Twinsies!
Shout out to Ree for making the best makeup ever.
True.
And I don't really ever nose contour because, again, fearful of the unknown. I have no idea what I'm doing ever when it comes to that. But again, this is something my makeup artist has given me confidence over the past few years to be able to do. I do it very, very lightly because it still does scare me. I use a brush like this and I just will get in there and I'll just do a tiny, tiny bit on either side of my nose and I will look very awkward and concentrated while I do so. And then I think it was Kim Kardashian I saw do this one time and it blew my mind.
Okay. That kind of worked. I think Ginger Binge Moscow Mule is a bit more like mauve-y. I don't have a mauve blush, so I'm just gonna use the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Wild Rose. This is like my pinky-ish. It's not very pinky, but it's pink. It's definitely pink, but like, I tend to go for like peach or like coral. Oh, that's a lot of blush.
And you can never have too much blush in my world, so I just throw it on and I just make it as obnoxiously blushy as possible without looking too crazy.
I looked at this like there was a mirror. There's no mirror. Definitely a lot more blush than I would usually go for. But like, it's not that far off. I am going to go ahead and just spray my face a little bit just because this is a lot of product and I want to set it now. Also, I want to refresh my face a little bit because I don't want to take the cardigan off, but it's kind of hot. Just putting my tried and true eyeshadow primer. Okay, nope, screw it. I'm taking this off. Y'all are just gonna have to deal with my two tones. You're just gonna have to deal with it, okay? So the colors she goes in with in her crease eyeshadow, that looks like just a warm tone brown. You know what I'm gonna do? I am actually going to use my bronzer. I feel like this is like the perfect marriage of the two colors that she's using. So I'm just gonna, if you say anything about my brushes, just keep it to yourself. I know they're dirty. I'm gonna use my other brush that isn't covered in yellow. She doesn't really go in with a crease, like a outer crease shade, so I'm just gonna start there and then blend, which is what I should have done on the other eye instead of just like blabbing it all on by itself.
And I'm going just into the crease of my eyes right here, and I'm using, I keep going back in with this lighter shade just to throw it in the corner of my eye in the middle.
And then she goes in with kind of a whitish shade. I don't know if it's matte or shimmery. I am just gonna go with a matte. Yeah, I'm just gonna blend a little bit underneath, just a little bit. This is a different brush. It's kind of dirty. You know what? Fuck it. I'll try the white shade. Just like sheer it out a lot. Oh, I kind of don't hate that. I'm so scared my camera's gonna shut off any minute. It did that last time. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used before on my crease and just kind of marry the two colors.
So I've been using this MAC 224 brush since I was in 6th grade. I'm not joking. I think this brush has literally been with me for 10 years. Speaking of brushes, one that I did make that is my savior is this Morphe Madison Beer brush. This is the best eyeshadow color in the world. So I use this brush for my inner corner, and that is it. And this is what I do. So I always try to look down or like center.
This was the main reason why I wanted to refilm this, just because I needed the practice to be able to do this like inner corner thing with my eye shape, at least, because hers it's easier to actually do the point. My inner corners are pretty like rounded. I did it successfully once. I'm not going to lift the palette up because I'm lazy, but I'm using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette in the shade Cypress Umber. It's like a cool tone brown. I'm gonna actually do this like looking straight forward rather than down. There we go. Oh wow, that actually looks really good. Apologies, intense concentration. I will also come up close a little bit so you can maybe see what I'm doing, hopefully. I'm just following. I'm trying not to look down. So every time I do this, I usually look down, but then it ends up looking like crap. Like, I get the appeal. You want to look more Asian? I mean, what? I didn't say it. You thought it. I just hate it when like they do like the inner corner and then the outer corner, which I'm about to do, but then they like pull the eyes up. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about. Actual quote unquote fox eye trend. This isn't necessarily racist, but doing that thing, very offensive, very racist. If you're gonna do the fox eyes, don't do that. Ugh. Anyways. See, I have creases, so I have to lift my eyes up.
What I do is I'll look and I will imagine if I had a really long eyelash coming out from here, like where would it sit and what would it look like? And so I see like a line in my head and then I just follow that, so you see kind of how it like aligns with my eyelash? I think that's the goal, at least. So once the eyeliner's on, I start to feel a little bit more complete.
I feel like that's the best I can do. I'm just gonna go and take a second brush that I got specifically for this tutorial and just kind of blend the wing out just a little bit. I definitely feel like I just made the eyeliner, like the length, closer to mine. But we got the essence. Next step, highlighter.
The next step is my highlighter, cream highlighter, which is the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter wand. And I just do like 2 little dots right there. And I love highlighter. I feel like it just makes me feel like I'm a forest nymph and a fairy, and like,
I wish I had a more gold highlighter to use, but I'm just going to use the Sunbeam Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. That might have been too much. I'm going to use the flat side, actually, because that's the cleanest part of my blender. 2 dots, like she said.
I double up on highlighter a little bit. I really like this Glossier one. It's called Play, I think. And it's a very similar thing to what I just did, but it's a slight variation in pigment, I guess. And I put it on with my fingers.
Blend it into my nose. I don't have a second cream highlighter, but I do have. I have the Fenty Diamond Bomb in How Many Carats? This was when it was first released. It's probably expired. Like the case, I have to hold it or else this outside part comes off. If you can't tell, it's pretty well loved.
I'm going to go in with my mascara. It's called the Lash Slick by Glossier, and it makes my eyelashes look like eyelash extensions. It just fills them out so much.
I'm switching over to voiceover mode for a little bit just because my family came home and I had to record all of this while they were using the bathroom, which is right next door. I live in a very, very small apartment. But anyways.
Now I move on to my highlighter, and I use this color right here, which I made sure that I would have something that I could use in my inner corner in this palette. And so I throw this into the inner corner. I don't do it too much, just a little bit, just enough to get by.
For my inner corner highlight, I originally went in with that same Sunbeam from NYX, but it was a little too dull for me, so I switched over to the Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustla Baby, which is pretty pink compared to what Madison used, which I feel like is a more gold. But yeah.
This is my favorite lip liner because it matches my lip tone, and I can get away with overlining my lips a lot and it doesn't really show. And already you can see this is where my lip is, and I go below it.
For my lip liner, I'm using the M Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Kitten. I don't remember if I got it for this video or if I wanted to just try the liner gloss technique. You can see it in the clip. I can't overline my bottom lip. It protrudes out too much. So I did what I could. And I did a little contour trick with my lip liner where I put it in the inner corners of my lips.
My lips are kind of already big as it is. The technically second to last step. I was gonna get the lip oil that she uses, but I didn't. I got a Milani. That was about the same price. But then I decided I didn't want to use either of those, so I got the Fenty gloss. This is literally just turning into a Fenty Beauty ad. Please sponsor me. My overall vibe compared to Madison's is a bit more pink. Hers I feel like is a bit more golden. This is all the stuff I have on hand, so I feel like the pink gloss kind of makes everything pretty comprehensible. So.
And the last thing that I do, and this is if I'm feeling real fancy, give myself a spray of the same stuff I used at the beginning. A light spray, nothing too crazy.
A light spray. I'm not doing that. I haven't run out of it yet, so. Yes, that is my definition of a light spray. I learned how to do my makeup in the era of problematic beauty gurus. So,
But my finishing touch, final step of my makeup daily routine is my hoops. I can't leave the house without my hoops. And if I do leave the house without my hoops, it's a very strange, weird day for me.
Gold hoops. Technically, I'm switching out one pair of gold hoops for another, and my gold hoops are not thick like hers, but they're gold hoops nonetheless. And like Madison, I kind of live in gold hoops. Quite literally. These ones I got from my grandma. These are just my everyday ones. And then these are from Yes Style. Ba-boom. She's so cute. What the heck? I'm gonna let my hair down. I've had this in for a while. That did not last. I just keep playing with my hair. It still looks good. You know what? Let me see with the split. Ooh! So, what do y'all think? I actually really like this. I feel like at this point, with the amount of times I've recorded this video, I've mastered the like Madison beer look. But yeah, that's really all I got for this video. We finish. This is the final product. Let me know what you think. Comment down below if you want to see me follow any other Vogue tutorials and perhaps share my wisdom of makeup that I've learned in the 9 years of my makeup experience. I've picked up a lot from YouTube. I am not looking at my camera. I'm literally just looking at myself in the mirror because I look cute. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that. We're not going to talk about it. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, and what's my outro?